Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with the broadcast from Boston, the home of the Celtics. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan and our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And before we...
Well, fellas, this season's series has not gone in their favor so far, and he was at a loss to explain the 1-2 record again.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now, the Bulls have had one of the largest and strongest fan bases in the NBA for years, having the Jordan-era Bulls helped, but they have always been a beloved team in the city of Chicago.
Yeah, you see the devotion from their fans at their games, and the numbers back it up. They've had the best fan attendance every year since 2010, and they've been in the top 5 since as long as I can remember, and that's long.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. We've got Robin Lopez, hands out there with Portis. Then there's Dunn, and it's Mwaba in at the 2 spot, and stolen by Horford. Nance against Brown. Blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup. Brown's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Celtics. Now, here's Dunn. He started closely. Keeps it alive. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss. On defense, the Bulls, they defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
Mwaba passes to Portis. Rebound, Boston. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
You know what? That's a problem anytime, but especially on the road where you need to be given an extra effort.
Now Nance. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 5 to shoot. Dunn kicks to Lopez. And no good that time. So the Celtics will take it the other way. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
They were extremely lucky. I think they took their opponent for granted a little, and it nearly cost them.
Called for run.
Great concentration from Lopez to absorb the contact and finish the play off anyway.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And a wide open look for Irving. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
This is looking more like an all-star game right now. Everyone launching from range.
Tatum kicks to Monroe. And stolen by Horford. Outside Irving. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing. And Al Horford just so versatile. You know, that extends to the defensive end as well. Very mobile, can move his feet with smaller players, and at the same time gives you a presence on the interior.
Dunn with it. He's picked up by Irving. Dunn passes to Portis. To the paint. It's tipped. 6 on the shot clock, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe. And Horford won't wow you with his athleticism. But Greg, he's still a pretty good shot blocker.
He has great timing, anticipation, and awareness. Don't forget also he's got terrific hands, and you see that with all the steals he racks up.
Marcus Morris is checked in for the Celtics. Smart comes in for Brown. approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Rozier kicks to Baines. Smart with the ball. 11 points for him in that last game against the Raptors in Toronto. It's stolen by Nance. It's stolen by Morris. And they're pushing it up. Tice finishes the break with a slam.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
And taking a look at some stats here for Rozier, how his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 8 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
And good that time. Felicio's got his first basket of the night.
Creating a size mismatch in close, that's the kind of thing you're working for.
Smart dishes to Morris. Takes the 3. Shot clock reset for the Celtics. Makes it off the glass.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Bulls trail by 10.
And you look back to that Big 3 era in Boston, you know, the Celtics have not been shy about aggressively trading to reshape this roster. You know, they've made a rapid rebuild that's really the envy of a lot of teams around our league.
Felicio kicks to Markkanen. Up and in on the layup.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block. It imposes his will.
Here's the screen. Here's Rozier. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And as aggressive as the Celtics have been, Greg, they've also shown patience, haven't they?
Yeah, and in some ways, maybe a victim of their own success. You come out on the winning end of your trades time and again. Other GMs don't want to look bad. They get hesitant, possibly, and don't want to add their name to that list.
Grant, that's good. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first. Inside, here's Smart. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Bulls trail by 11. Grant kicks to Levine. And Levine with the slam.
The creativity, extreme athleticism. You see why Zach's won the dunk contest multiple times.
Pass to Morris. There's the steal. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Boston on top, up by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter. And so it's Boston with it. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this one. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Boston. Smart is out there with Rozier. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Marcus Morris. And there's so much more to the game than explosive athleticism. We see that. We're wowed by it. But, you know, Steve, there are those players who win with guile and being smart, crafty. Any names come to mind when you think about that aspect?
Yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies, their entire team, Kevin. When you look at Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, for some other names, Draymond Green, those guys, they won't wow you with their athleticism, but they have such a high basketball IQ. Chris Paul, those guys, they just know how to play. Harrison Barnes is another.
And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
Bulls making a switch here. Lopez, he's checked in for Felicio. Portis comes in for Markkanen. David Waba's checked in for Larry Nance. And it's done in for Grant. Tatum, he's checked in for Smart. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Screen by Monroe. Irving for three. It's rebounded by Portis. Bulls trail by 10. Bean passes to Dunn. Lopez a screen. Dunn dishes to Lopez. Inside. That's good from Dunn on the assist from Lopez.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
Celtics leading by 8. Outside Irving. Over Dunn. Monroe. The tip in on the offensive rebound. Monroe's got his first bucket of the night.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Boston.
And the 3-point shot was a huge part of their game plan. When it was falling, it made them very hard to defend. Opponents were stretched out all over the place.
Levine for three, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Monroe. Averaging 9 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
In the corner, Tatum with it. Shot clock at 6. Outside Irving. Again, Irving missing.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
Feeds to Dunn. Here's Portis. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Waba kicks to Portis, launches it, and Boston with the rebound. Outside Irving. Kicks it to Horford, beyond the arc. Rebound collected by Levine. Bulls trail by 10. Here's Mwaba. Here's Dunn. Tries again. Mwaba gets the bucket.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
And here is Irving. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Outside, Levine. Lopez, a screen on Brown. Out to the wing, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine. And now let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard as we've gotten into the second half of the season. These teams have become better and better, scoring points off turnovers. Number 1, the Bulls.
Their defense has taken on a new life since the break. I mean, they're getting into teams, forcing turnovers, and they look like a different group.
And Brown throws it down hard.
Nice recognition by Kyrie. Caught the defense napping and found an open teammate.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Bean passes to Lopez. Lopez a screen. Here's Portis. Back to Lopez. Pass to Portis. Stolen by Monroe. In a fast break now for the Celtics. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move. And he's got a chance for one more at the line. Chris Dunn picks one up.
Yeah, you got to really do a better job on Tatum once he gets on the way up. Excellent at fighting his way through the defense there and still able to convert.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Morris is checked in for Monroe. Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Rozier in for Kyrie Irving. Markkanen kicks to Grant. Off off the mark and a bad shot there. Boston leading by 13. And at 6'4", 220, Marcus Smart with terrific strength for a combo guard grip.
I mean, he can just flat out bully most guards and even hold his own against the bigs. Beyond, though, that physical stature, it's his mentality that makes him special. He's a fire breather, just the type of player the Celtics look for.
There's a screen. Felicio, the pass to Nwaba. Knocks it loose.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And there's the pass to Smart. Here's Horford. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Horford's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And this is where we're going in the NBA right now. Stretch big.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Tough to recover when you continue to turn the basketball over at this rate.
Larry Nance is checked in for Zach LaVine. There's 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass it to Morris. Felicio with the rebound.
You know what? He tried to lay it in at the point of attack. Just too much defensive pressure on that play.
Markkanen kicks to Felicio. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
You got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Here's Rozier. He's covered by Grant. Rozier kicks to Baines. Now here's Smart. Shot from 12. Off the left rim and out. Felicio. No good on that one. And so it's the Boston Celtics sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Boston had no problems getting going. They had intensity in their eyes and fire in their bellies as they started things out on a 7-0 run. Looking at the scoring breakdown, they ended up going wire to wire in the first quarter, never once giving up their lead. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, shooters were popping open right and left. Exceptional ball movement. Guys racing off screens, spotting up, knocking down shots. That's the way you play basketball unselfishly, and it was superb, and they exploited all the weaknesses of the defense.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
The first thing to say is, what's up with the turnovers? Jeez. You can live with some missed shots and stuff like that, but you can't keep turning the ball over. It's crushing for a team. It just saps all your confidence when you play a half like that, Ernie. Ugh.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is...
Celtics leading by 14. Tipping off the second half. Here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. They got done. Alvin Lopez out there with Portis. Then there's Larry Nance. And it's Nwaba in at the 2 guard. Now, here's Dunn. He's covered by Irving. Dunn passes to Portis. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Nance. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. You know, Smitty, you had a long career. What was it? 14, 15 seasons you played for the Spurs, who led the way on resting players and certainly extending their careers.
Yeah, it is, Kevin, but it's hard for me because I look at it as from a fan standpoint. When I played and now, you know, you have that kid and his dad coming to the game, and he doesn't get a chance to see that star player. And a lot of times there's 2 or 3 guys that sit out. I understand the rest is needed because it's a long term, but I wish guys could find a way, and coaching staff and organization, maybe have rest days as far as practice, but let the guys play because kids want to see their stars play.
Right, but in the middle of your career, are you thinking, hey, I want to play long-term so this rest is good? Or are you saying, forget the rest, I want to play?
I just want to play. I mean, I think one thing is I never thought about long-term. I just wanted to play the game that was in front of me, the practice that was in front of me, the preseason game that was in front of me. You just wanted to play.
Chicago shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Again, Irving missing.
No other way to put it, just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Lopez sets a screen for Dunn. He feeds it to Lopez. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Nice shot by Portis.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Celtics leading by 7. Irving kicks to Monroe. To the inside. Got a hand on it.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
They set the pick. Waba passes to Portis. To the inside. Aston Waba. Back to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
This was all sparked by their defense. They got some stops, and they did it in a hurry.
Here's Irving. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Irving's got 8 points.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the 3rd.
When you talk about scores in the NBA, Kyrie Irving is right up there. With his ball handling and shot-making ability, he can dazzle you.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, reason why they have found their shooting stroke. Their offense is clicking.
Here's Horford. Banked in off the glass. 5 points in the game. And Kyrie's creativity, hitting jumpers off the dribble, finishing around the rim. What a great handle. It makes him special to watch.
I totally agree. His dribbling ability and finishing around the rim with either left or right, he is so skilled. He makes highlights every time he touches the ball. I call him the bus driver.
Oh, I like that. The bus driver. I like that, Smitty. Good one. Jackson the trade.
From the moment he set foot in the NBA, Kyrie has been a lights-out three-point shooter.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover number.
Group out on the floor for the Celtics. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Felicio's checked in for Lopez. Markkanen comes in for Bobby Portis. Zach LaVine's checked in for David Nwaba. And it's Jaron Grant in for Dunn. Grant kicks to Felicio. To the middle. Here's Markkanen. That one doesn't drop. And it's Boston the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Morris outside. Misses the three. Bulls trail by 8.
And you think back to just a few years ago when the Bulls were winning the East. That team, core of Rose, Noah, and Dame, had some tough luck not to make it to the finals with that group.
Bulls have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
And with those Rose-led Bulls teams from a few seasons back, it all went south so fast, but those teams were very tough to beat.
It just shows you how much can change in the NBA in a short span. Bulls are working hard to try to get back to that level. It hasn't been an easy road.
That one good for 2.
Tough screen set there, and the defense was not prepared for it.
Now Grant. He kicks it to Markkanen. Down low. Here's Nance. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket. And the Celtics gave up 4 players to get 1 in Kyrie Irving, but they already had so much depth. They could afford to sacrifice a bit for a superstar just entering his prime.
Bean passes to Felicio. Inside. Jimenez slams it in.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatic.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And the wide open shot from Morris. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in. He's got 6.
Love the extra possessions. Defense has them stopped, but can't control the boards.
Grant dishes to Markkanen, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And really for the Celtics, just a wealth of assets, but in reality, only so much playing time to go around. Sooner or later, you knew they'd make a move, and I think they got the best player in the trade.
The screen from Brown. Smart with the ball. Now defended by Markkanen. Pass to Rozier. Shoots. And there are the Celtics with another basket. Bulls trail by 6. Grant outside. Down low. Stolen by Monroe. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And he gets it to go. And it's 6 points for Jaylen Brown.
And Brown is just a physical beast, especially inside where he gets whatever he wants.
Here's Grant. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Monroe. Here's Brown. He doesn't hit that one.
When you miss the lay-in, it sort of sucks the energy out of your team.
And so it's the Boston Celtics holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back right after this. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Hey, we're doing so many good things on offense. Keep moving it. Keep looking for it. We just have to challenge as well as we can down here.
And Brad Stevens happy with their motion. They're shot making, but still looking for more stops on D.
Yeah, I mean, it always feels like there's more you can do defensively. And that's probably the case here. They just have to keep grinding out on the floor.
Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks. The 4th quarter of play getting started. Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Marcus Morris is out there with Greg Monroe. And it's Rozier in at the 1 spot. That's the Boston 5. Morris against Levine. Screen by Monroe. Knocked away. 6 to shoot. Celtics leading by 6. But they recover it. Rozier kicks to Brown. Screen by Monroe. There's the pass to Rozier. Fires from deep. Hits it from three-point range. And the Celtics lead by 9.
Man, both teams scoring at a higher rate here down the stretch.
You know what? It's all about the offense. Decisive and prolific. Fun duel to watch.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Fred. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Boston making some changes. Al Horford's checked in for Marcus Morris. Tatum comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier. Then for the Bulls, Lopez, he's checked in for Felicio. Bobby Portis comes in for Markkanen. And David Nwaba subbed in for Nance. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Dunn, terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And it's a guessing game for the D when Dunn is involved in pick and roll situations. He can beat you in so many ways.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Dunn. Dishes it to Lopez. Passes it to Nwaba. Back to Lopez. 4 on the clock. There's the dish to Dunn. Shoots the 3. Nailed from three-point land. And now it's just a 4-point Celtic lead.
And the offense starting to click for them this half. They've raised that field goal percentage quite a bit since the break.
And a dunk by Horford.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, Jay, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Smart kicks to Monroe. Horford sets a screen for Tatum. Irving for 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lopez sets a screen for Levine. He dishes it to Lopez. Back to Levine. There's a good screen. Stolen by Smart. In the corner, Irving with it. Let's go. And he overshot that one, missing.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Levine.
I mean, both sides are really battling. Zach LaVine right in the middle of it, wanting to take charge.
Smart with the ball. Stolen by Levine. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Tremendous composure on display. When they were down big, they did not panic. They just stuck with the game plan.
Jaylen Brown's checked in for the Celtics. And a change for the Bulls. Nance is checked in. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th quarter. And it's blocked. Now, here's Dunn, covered by Irving. Dunn passes to Lopez. Here's Portis. 5 to shoot. Here's Nance. And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for.
A real easy call. I know you want to attack the glass, generate second chance opportunities, but you also have to pick your spots. Cool under pressure. Terrific job nailing those 2 free throws there.
1:15 left in the 4th quarter. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
And here's Levine. Lopez a screen. Levine dishes to Lopez. Back to the paint. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
And with Robin Lopez, you know he's going to look to move the ball when he can. Nice speed.
1:03 left in the fourth. And Horford wide open. He shoots. Buries it from outside.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
It's the way the game is supposed to be played. Guys competing at the highest level.
Portis kicks to Lopez. Sinks it. A huge shot to tie it up.
Not who you picked to come up with a huge shot, but nevertheless, Robin Lopez just delivered a huge shot for his team.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. The score is tied at 61. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens had to say to his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Bean passes to Lopez. Inside, Nance.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. The score knotted at 63. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth. There's 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Nance against Brown. On the clock. Monroe outside. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Tatum.
Way up there. And let's give some credit to Tatum. Doesn't crack when the pressure's on. He just seems to embrace the moment.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love